It's safe to say that our private information isn't private anymore. New technologies are collecting data to be sold or shared between companies in sometimes questionable ways. Y'all really think Black Mirror isn't going to happen? Well, it's not going to happen. It's already happening. Boom. Let's start in China, where employers are monitoring their employees' brainwaves. Oh yeah, you heard that right, monitoring their brainwaves. To be clear, they're not attempting to read the workers' thoughts, but their emotions.
In today's News of the Weird, we bring you a disturbing update from China about the ways in which some factories are supporting workplace well-being. According to the South China Morning Post, more than a dozen factories have begun requiring that their employees don helmets that are embedded with wireless sensors in the brim. The sensing devices are meant to monitor the brainwaves of the factory workers, using artificial intelligence to identify spikes and dips in emotional activity associated with panic, fatigue, sadness, and other emotions. Well, your first instinct is to run far and fast.
Factories, state-owned enterprises, and sections of the Chinese military are placing wireless sensors in employees' hats that record and transmit data similar to an electroencephalogram or EEG. By analyzing the incoming sensor data, AI models can detect anomalies that might indicate a spike in anger, depression, or anxiety. The system is said to help employers find out who's stressed, modulate break times, and increase productivity, in turn spiking company profits by an estimated 2 billion yuan since 2014.
The companies behind the program say this approach is actually reducing safety incidents in high-risk occupations, factories included, as well as electrical work and for train conductors, where the technology can trigger an alarm if the device indicates its wearer might be dozing off. But a report by Gizmodo warns that these do have other, less positive implications. Currently, they're being used to ferret out employees who may be unfit for certain stressful tasks. When this occurs, companies have been asking the workers in question to take breaks, go home for the day, or they've even been demoting them.
China has a social credit score, a clout score based on your criminal record, donations to charity, loyalty to political parties, how many video games you buy, and even your friend's social credit score. This is just like Black Mirror Series 3's Nosedive, where everyone has a score based on social interactions.
So what happens if brainwaves incorrectly flag a worker, resulting in a demotion or a reassignment? Could workers be punished for brain scan readings independent of their performance history? Do you really want it to be recordable in your file every time you're having a bad day?
Finally, China's using all this information to make you into a precog. They're literally trying to predict political instability using feeds from surveillance cameras, phone usage, travel records, and religious orientation. Extrapolating the negative consequences, this taps into personal data and can unfairly target groups based on prejudice, specifically the Uyghur and other predominantly Muslim populations.
A professor of management psychology told the Morning Post that this looks a lot like brains being exploited for profit. And without laws regulating or limiting this kind of technology in China, companies are likely to focus more on the profitability component, leaving workers in a very vulnerable position.
And let's just say you protest this state-sponsored measure. That affects your social credit score, which then can deny you things like plane tickets, jobs, and keeps you trapped by the system. Data will continue to be collected on us, that's for sure. But with few regulatory systems in place, we gotta keep an eye on this new tech that's already just chilling here and stop pretending that this is all happening in some distant dystopian future.